Yeah, that was close. Good morning, frozen Germany. I think I found a new project car. You all know the place and the car. I won't talk a lot. I just want to show you the condition of it. It was parked for at least 1 year. It's complete. It runs and drives, and it's rust free. You all know that. This is my new winter project.
No, God!
What's yours? Door. Metal.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. If you have been wondering who bought this car, yeah, that's me. Some of you will know me and saw old videos about my cars. This is the project that I bought from Sreten, and I'm going to finish it. Project Karlsruhe. As you can see, it's been sitting for at least 1 year. Dusty and dirty. I do have a lot of spare parts for this car. You already know what Sreten did on it, and this is the condition of it right now. Yeah, everything is screaming, everything is dirty, a lot of parts everywhere, but I just want to show you condition of the engine bay, and this is the best part of it. Look at that. It's just perfect. It is perfect. There is nothing wrong about it. Look at this. He made it to look like new. Everything is clean. Everything is on its place. Everything is just amazingly perfect. Of course, there is something missing that's in the trunk or somewhere else. But this is the really clean engine bay. Great job. Really great job. Besides of that, this engine is still burning oil after a cold start. Sreten already changed rubber stuff on the valves, but it didn't help. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to put plates on the car, garage plates, and I am gonna drive this car. I hope so I will get 1,000 kilometers and to see if this engine is burning oil on a long distance. If not, I'm going to leave it like that. I don't want to touch anything of it. This is just a big job to do if you want to fix these heads, and I don't want to do it right now. I just want to fix the car, everything to looks fine. I just want to do suspension, brakes, everything what needs to be done. Interior and exterior, you can see it right here. Need to repaint that. This whole car has been repainted and has some small dents. This one is pretty bad, but we'll see what we can do about that. And yeah, that's it. This is the car with a lot of troubles, but with a really nice engine bay. Look at that. This is just marvelous. Right now I'm gonna mount plates on a car again and do some test drive to see how it runs, how it drives, and after that I'm gonna change all the suspension, all the ball joints, everything underneath, just to have a road legal car again. Well, we all know that the engine has been repaired. Let's see how it runs. I just want to test drive the car before I start fixing the suspension and other stuff, just to get a feel how this car drives right now. It does run. It does pull, but suspension is terrible. We have a lot of play in steering wheel. There is a bunch of play in ball joints. I already have looked. A lot of them are dead, really dead. Brakes are fine. It's doing great. At least engine and transmission. But this one needs to get the fresh oil. I have found one car with the same engine and an original 6-speed manual transmission. So I'm looking to buy it for a decent amount of money, and maybe I don't like the way the temperature gauge is showing right now because it's slightly over the middle position. It means that the engine has 90 degrees, and there is some great upgrade. You can take a thermostat from the same engine for Africa market, and then your engine will run at least 10 degrees cooler than now. And that's a big upgrade for all these old engines, worn out engines. Interesting thing, the first gear reaches 19 kilometers. This is just a crazy thing about these transmissions. There is no light on the dash for traction control. Does wheel speed. That means that the engine has a full power. Let's just make a quick check on a car. All these parts are worn out. This one is badly damaged. Sreten, I think he did change only this one. This one is new, and the rest of it is old. So old shocks, everything is pretty much worn out. Brakes are new. You can see that. Exhaust is, this is metal sheet. It's just for better emissions, and I think I will take both of these down, and maybe this one too. We'll see how good or bad are they. This one is leaking somewhere. The best thing about this car is no rust. Yeah, I know I'm saying it all over the time, but this is really hard to find such a 7 Series in Germany or in Europe without rust. So that means no welding. This is really rare. I can change this one, and then the bottom of it is clear again. First thing you want to do on this car is, if you want to change your shocks, you need to lose these 3 screws, because these ones are always really tight. Yeah, and this one is broken. Nice. It wasn't so bad as they used to be. The same thing on another side. This is so easy. I'm assuming someone did not tighten these screws correctly, because from a factory they do have Loctite on it. Of course. Yeah, that was close. There we go. Moped. We do have some Eibach springs right here. That's the reason why this car was lower in the front. The question is, which shocks do we have here? Time to find out. Jesus. Jesus. These are Monroe. Cheap shit. So now we need to support the engine. We need to remove this upper cover and to put the chains on this guide right here to hold it in the air to be able to remove the front axle assembly completely. For that you need this kind of big guy. Make sure you have tightened all the screws because you don't want this guy to flip over or to lose something on it, because in this case you will need a whole new engine, almost a whole new engine. I mounted 2 chains because this is China. I don't know if it's good, if it's strong enough to hold the engine. So make sure you put 2 chains and use 2 straps on it. The last thing you want to have is your engine on the floor with any car. These guys are making some pretty goddamn cool oil. You should try out one of these. I need to lose these 2 screws on a steering rack. Yeah. As you can see, this is our front axle assembly, dirty and full of oil. It's perfect time to clean it up and to paint it and to check the free play on the steering rack and to adjust it if needed. After all the oil has been removed and dirt, time to prepare it for a painting job. Well, as you can see, the front frame doesn't look that bad and it doesn't have rust. It's just surface stuff somewhere on edges like here. No big deal about that, but I thought all the parts have been painted and it would be a shame if this part would not be painted. So I decided to invest another 2 hours to clean it up and to shave it off and to look like new again. For all the parts I used Prosol 2K Auto Lack because this is the best you can get right here and I have used it before. It gives really good results and the paint isn't chipping in 1 or 2 years and it's holding pretty strong on the metal and you don't have to worry about rust. Just make sure you prepare your metal really good, clean it up and no worries with anything else. This is a really good paint. Make sure that the first layer of the paint is not so thick so that the paint can sit down with the time. I'm spraying it 2 or 3 times and this will be enough layer for I think good protection. As you can see, Sreten started to clean some stuff already here, but it wasn't perfect. So now I'm gonna clean it up deeply, first with this plastic shield, and then I will remove it and then clean underneath also all the dirt. So here we have results. If you think this is dirt, no, this is not dirt. This is the undercoating color of this undercoating stuff underneath the paint. Because this one, the black one, this is the original car paint. And this yellow tone, this is the original protection. You can see it here. And that's not dirt, but as you can see, I think it is clean again. Right now I'm gonna disassemble this guide and this shield so that I can assess the inside of the fender and to clean it completely. This is the stuff I get horny on, honestly. Everything is clean. No dirt, no sand. This is just awesome. And the same thing will happen with the left side. You can tell me if this is clean enough. Yeah, this is clean enough. These white spots, this is just a one lazy paint job guy who didn't tape the car correctly, and all this paint went straight into this place and left this white color. That's nothing to worry about. What I really worry about is my wife seeing this video, because if she sees how good and perfect I can clean, you know what that means. It means I'll have to clean at home, same as on the cars. I hate cleaning, but when I do clean something, I do it 100% correctly. And yeah, this will happen with the rest of the car. This is how I look right now. I can't say I enjoy it, but I do enjoy somehow the result, and you will see it soon, because it is amazing. Just a sec. And now it's the perfect time to get rid of this surfaced rust. I know this isn't much, but years passing by, this will get much more and more if I don't know anything right now. So I'm gonna grind it up and seal the surface. If you are painting in a workshop that's a bit cold, like mine now, you need to preheat your elements, because this is pretty cold and we have outside 0 degrees. There is no paint that's gonna get a great structure on cold material. You need to heat it up to get perfect connection between color and your chassis or anything else you need to paint. Another benefit of preheating your metal parts is you are eliminating all the moisture of your material and on your material, because if you have some moisture on it, you can't see it, you can't feel it, but this is the best way to get all cleaned up and dry. And now you can paint it with this guy, Brunox. I have using it already for a few years, and this is the best thing you can put on bare metal. I know a lot of guys don't like it. I don't know why. You have bad experience, I know that. But for me this is the best way, and I can show you about it later. You will see in a minute all this material is going to become black. This is because this is chemical and it's reacting with another materials. And as soon as reactions starts to work, it gets pretty black. It takes a couple of minutes, but you'll see it right now. So all these black spots are bare metal. It means that this Brunox, it converted into paint and made a great result. As you can see, I have painted overall and it's reacting only on this bare metal, so the rest of the surface stays the same and you get the best protection for your metal like this. Have you ever asked yourself why the downside of chassis is white and the side handles and the upper ones are black? Well, the reason is, as the robots painted the car, they just painted from the top. No robot ever went underneath the car to paint this surface in body color. As you can see, both sides underneath are white and the front side had a bit black paint. So that's the main reason why there is so less paint on it. And the same thing is with the bottom of the car. And you can see it here also. When I clean this bottom, this will be yellow or almost white. So that's the reason why this bottom is so white. If you have removed some of your parts underneath your car and now you have a nice access to your alternator, then you should, I recommend you that, you should take apart your coils and check it out, because right now I do have a great access to it, and later when the front axle is back in place, there is no way that I could get to this alternator. The next thing would be to remove the radiator in the front and then pull the mask and all that stuff to get access to the alternator. And watch it out. Why? You can guess, this is the old one and this is the new one. And there is some major difference in it. This one is pretty worn out and will be replaced with new one, and hopefully this will help in future to get a good battery voltage. We'll see about that. And of course, next thing I'm gonna do, as you have may assumed, is these rubber gaskets on engine block, and of course they are also here mounted on oil filter housing, and all 4 of them will be replaced, because now is the best time to get to them. Just pop out the old ones, clear the area, use some silicone grease. This one helps keep this rubber fresh and mint, and also it helps by mounting it back on the engine to get easier in engine block. Just like that. Second one, bit of grease, a little bit on all the sides. And that's it. Ready for install. You can apply also on your oil filter housing a bit of silicone grease just to get nice and easy install of your oil pipes. And now just try to pop it in. I know this won't be easy with new gaskets. As you can see, right now we have new oil dropping out of Gearbox, and down there you have old oil. Just a nice way to clean your gearbox without damaging it. Remove your old filter. New filter and gasket. Let's install a new filter. And of course tighten the screws. Easy as that. If you are planning to change yourself your transmission oil, the most important thing to know is you should not spray brake cleaner over the surface down here. This will destroy your transmission. Why? Because in all these places you have small metal pieces, they need oil, and if you dry them out, they won't work like they should. Ask me how I know. I don't want to make any mistake again. It's just you need a towel and clean your sealant surface, and that's all you've got to do. Make sure you clean your oil pan and don't forget your magnets. These two guys, they collect all these metal shavings in your gearbox. They are really important. And over the night this gasket will stick together with your transmission. On the next day, make sure you check your screws again on 10 Newton meters. You will be able to tighten it just a bit more, because your gasket is new and it needs to sit in the right position. Don't forget new gasket for your drain plug. And do not over tight this screw here. You don't need to tighten this with brutal force. If you see any small leak, then you can still tighten it a bit more, but leave it like that. What a beautiful view, don't you say? Every 10 minutes someone is calling, someone is disrupting, someone is coming in, and I can't focus on my job. So right now I'm gonna close the door. No way someone to come in, and I'm going to shut down my phone. No one can reach me, just like that. Great, now I can assemble all these parts together. Finally. So, we do have a new Bilstein B6 dampers. There is a very important thing you need to know before installing them in your struts. You need to fill this one with engine oil. Why is that? That's because you wanna cool down your damper. When you put your damper in your strut, the oil will be until here approximately. And this oil is good for cooling. So it means every time you drive the car, your damper will get hot and you need to transfer this heat from the damper to outside of your strut. And only way you can do it is to fill the oil, and this oil will transfer your heat from damper to your strut on this outside surface to cool it down. This is really important, and this is not something that I used to say or used to make. This is original BMW information. I'm using just normal engine oil, 5W30, and you need 50 milliliters. Don't put any more because it will run outside. And after that, just plug your damper and put new mounting on the top, and that's it. If you're wondering how I know that, I have a line right here. This is 100, this is 200, so between them is 50, and I know how to decide how much is enough. Now you need to remove your cover. Let's continue the journey with new shocks. Again, Bilstein, and this one is the right one. And again, 50 mil. And now what I like to do is I do apply every time grease inside and over here just a bit, because they get really rusty, and in a few years you won't be able to remove them just like that. Make yourself a favor and grease those one. In 10 years the next mechanic or owner will be thankful to me for doing this. Trust me on that, because I am thankful to someone who does the same. So back in the days, BMW used again special tool to tie this screw down to 130 Newton meters. I don't have it. What I have is this. This is what I'm using all the time, and it works every time. No worries about that. $90, $100, $110, $120 and $130. That's it. The next piece you want to mount is your dust protection and your stop buffer. Before you put any other parts on your damper, just grease it a bit on the top, because this is the part that get all the time rusty and you won't be able to disassemble it in few years. What you need now is your cone washer, because you have cone right there. After that you need beak washer, this one. And now it's the time to install the spring. Of course, not forgetting your rubber down there. Easily. This one goes right there. The upper bearing. And the screw. So I meant you need to line your spring with your strut down there, because you have a line up right here and the same thing on the top. And if you live in Germany or anywhere in Europe, I would recommend to you, do not paint your numbers, your part numbers, because you have crazy guys here and TÜV, and they want to see every number. So this one is Eibach and these are the numbers. If you get caught by police, they want to check your suspension and they want to see these numbers. If you don't have these numbers, they are going to take your car and you won't be able to drive home anymore with your car. And now we have completely reassembled front suspension in nice black color. So let's start with the front strut assembly. After 1 month I finally got all the parts. I was sick, and meanwhile I have finally found the time to install all these parts back in. So as always I use some wax on the surface right here on chassis against rust. In the future you can do it too. And now (20 Newton meters). Don't forget the cap. And the right one. If you have painted some of your suspension parts or powder coated it, make sure all this surface to clean it out. You don't have any color right here or in these holes, because later on this color will become loose and all these screws you'll have to tighten it again. So this is the best method to do it. Just clean it out, and if you want you can put a bit of grease or oil to protect it against rust, and that's it. It's ready to mount. And the same up here. Clean all this paint off.
When installing these steering pads new, you should absolutely put grease on here because they get rusty in 1 year. You won't be able to adjust it when you get this amount of rust on these threads, so grease them carefully. And of course you should apply thread locker on these 3 screws. You may know on modern BMWs this blade is always rusted and corroded and every time falling apart. This one is still the first one, no rust, no issues, no cracks, just fine. After 36 years, still there. I cleaned it and painted it and still good to go for next 30-40 years. It's just amazing how bad these modern cars are. New wheel bearing. If you are installing on your car new brake discs, don't be stupid and do not grease this area, because on this area you want much friction as possible. What you can grease is just tiny bit of here on the edge, because this is the space where you put your wheel on, and after 1 or 2 years, if you don't remove them and you drive a lot of winter, they will get corroded and you will have some hard time getting your wheels off. So not on this surface, let it dry, leave it like that, and this will be the best way to do it, because if you put any grease right here, it will be 90% sure you will get, sooner or later your steering wheel will start to play as soon as you go on brakes. Make sure you clean your brake disc every time you've done something in this area. You don't want any oil or grease on your braking surface, because it will make your car go faster. Beautiful. Yeah. Right now I do have a bit of Terminator voice because I'm sick and I don't want to stay at home. I just want to work. Nice and tight. It looks almost like new, and I like it a lot. Can you guess what is the last part to install on the front axle? Wrong answers only. It is a sway bar. I should use a second hand, but don't worry, I get it done all the time, all by myself. In order to tighten your bearing nut, you need this special torque wrench. Yeah, it's massive. And with this one, you can tighten 290 Newton meters. Just like that. Stop talking shit and show the guys how it should be done. This is a massive torque wrench, and with this one you can do it with ease. Let's do it. That's it. That's the right torque. And of course you need to slack your nut right here, just in case if she wanna get loose. (290 Newton meters). That's it. Take a look at this perfection. Everything is brand new and clean as hell. This is so clean and I'm so happy to see it like this. As you can see, this exhaust doesn't look great. It is all rusty and damaged. So this will be the next step to remove and to clean this body underneath, both sides. I also have to clean this brake line. No, this is a fuel line because it's a bit rusty, and therefore I will need to take out the back axle because this line goes all over the back axle right there, and I hate this. I need to clean it and to paint it to look great again. But this is the condition of the back axle right now. It's not rusty, it's just dirty and old, and all this rubber stuff will be changed and all of this will be cleaned or painted. What I don't like is to have these plates on your wheel hub. So it means this one, this is not original 7 series wheel for this model. This is for a later model for E38, and you have here on your wheel hub already play. So next thing I need is some kind of balance piece, and you see it's really hard to mount this wheel, and I don't like it. I do like this wheel, it looks nice, it is really nice wheel and it suits the car really nice, but I hate these distance pieces and all this additional stuff because they make vibrations. Funny thing is, I have more rims for the cars as I have clothes for myself. Find a problem. Before you do your wheel alignment, there is one really important thing you want to do with your tire rod. Remove your control arms, the front ones, both sides, and you need to get in this hole right here and right there with this piece of metal. It should be completely straight, and now you need to measure the height from, let's say, down here or up there to here. And the same thing you want to do now on the second side. If you have two pieces it would be great. I don't have it, I have only one, but you should put it in the same position. And now
measure it from here on the same side, from right to the left to there. If you need to adjust it, remove this nut right there, and then you need to push this arm up or down. This setting is really important because you wanna to have both wheels on the same dimensions going in and out. So it means when your wheel is going up and down, this one is changing your alignment every time. If this height is not the same, you will have some spooky ride and your car will feel strange on highway. So it's just easiest way to do it like this, and keep that in mind. 62 mil. .62. So it means I don't have to adjust anything right here, and it was all fine. And now you can put all these control arms back in its place. Another very important advice is leave these screws loose. Just put them in. Also these two, and put your car on the ground. Just roll it forward and back, and then tighten these screws right here and right there. Because if you do it now on this lift, if you tighten these screws, this joint will break in 1 or 2 months and your car will be broken again, let's say it that way. With the car on the floor, just turn your wheels left and right and then tighten the screws. So you don't need to tie this on your torque spec right now because you don't have a place for it. Just tighten it a bit, then raise your car up again, and then you can tighten it down to your torque spec without any problems. And now it's the time to install this heat shield back in his place, left and right side. Don't forget them, otherwise your rubber right here won't last long. This is a perfect way to work on a car. Everything is clean, everything is brand new, no oil, no dirt, just perfect.